Assalamu alaikum. Hello, grade 5. We are going to continue our math lessons, and today's lesson is locating points on a coordinate plane. First, we need to know what is the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane is the shape in front of you. To understand it, we can say that the plane determined by a horizontal line called the x-axis. This one. This is the x-axis, the horizontal line. And a vertical line called y-axis. This one. This is the y-axis. What about these two axes? Intersecting at a point called the origin. Here it is. And is sometimes given the letter O. So sometimes we can call this O or the origin. So to form a coordinate plane, we have an x-axis, y-axis, and the origin point. What about the points inside the coordinate plane? The location of each point is determined by an ordered pair. Well, ordered pair, a new word. What is the ordered pair? It is a pair of numbers whose order is important, which means we cannot change the order. These numbers are written in parentheses, like this one. Here is the parentheses, and separated by a comma. Well, a lot of words. What does it mean? It means, for example, if we have an ordered pair like this one, 2 and 5. What is the meaning of this? It means here's a 2 as the x-coordinate of the point, or the amount of movement along the x-axis from the origin. To understand it more, where it is, here is a 2. Start from here, start from the origin, and 2 means we are going to move on the x-axis. Here, move until you find number 2. Here it is. Then we're going to start moving from here. What about the 5? 5 is the y-coordinate of the point, or the amount of movement along the y-axis from the origin. It means how many we are going to move on the y-axis. Move, move, move. Here it is. Then I want the 2 and I want the 5. What to do? How to put this inside? We need the 2, right? Here it is. Start moving from the 2. Here is the x. And here is the y. We will start with the 2. Start moving from the 2 until you go to the 5. Here it is. So we are going to move on the x-axis first, then move on to the y-axis, and the point is going to be exactly here, which is the intersection between the 2 on the x-axis and the 5 on the y-axis. Like this, we put our first point inside the coordinate plane, 2 and 5. So we can write it as this, between parentheses, 2 as x and 5 as y, 2 and 5. And be careful, we cannot change the order. But here in this coordinate plane, we have a very important point, which is the origin. What is the ordered pair for this origin? As you see, we don't move in the x-axis and we don't move in the y-axis, which means the origin is 0 and 0. Well, to understand more, we need to solve this one. On the coordinate plane illustrated in the opposite figure, this one, plot the following points. We need to put these points inside the coordinate plane. Let's move together one by one. A is 2 and 2. Remember, here is the x and here is the y. Start with x, then y. 2 on the x. Here it is. Move until you find 2 on the x-axis. Here it is. And move on the y-axis 2. Another 2. 1 and 2. Here it is. Our point is going to be here. A. Next one. B. 5 and 2. So in the x-axis, we are going to make 5 movements. And in the y-axis, we will move 2 movements. 5. Here 5, 5. Here is a 5. And move 2 movements on the y-axis, 1 and 2. Here it is. Or B. C. 5 and 8. The x-axis is 5. Here is a 5. And the y-axis is 8. Move on the y-axis 8 times. Move up, up, up. Here it is 8. Our C. D, x is 2 and y is 8. Start with the 2. Here is the 2. And move on the y-axis 8 movements. Here is the D. E, x 4 and y 5. Move. Here's the x 4 and on the y-axis 5. So here it is E. Like that, we learned how to plot the points on the coordinate plane. What about the opposite part? If we have already points and we need to know its ordered pair. A, start with the x, then the y. Here is the A, right? And here's your x-axis. Go down. A was number 5. So we are going to write here 5. What about the y coordinate? Move to the left. Here, here, here. It is 7. 5 and 7. So the ordered pair of A is 5 and 7. 5 in the x-axis and 7 in the y-axis. What about B? Start with the x-axis. Move down, down. Here it is. B was 9 in the x-axis. What about the y-axis? Move to the left. Here. Until we found 6. So 9 and 6 is the ordered pair for B. The same thing we are going to make it with C. Down, 7. X-axis is 7. What about the y-axis? Move 2. So the ordered pair for C is 7 and 2. What about D? Down for the x-axis, 5. What about the y-axis? 3. 5 and 3, the ordered pair for D. Here we learned how to find out the ordered pair of every point. Like this, we finished our lesson for today. Thanks for watching grade 5. I hope you are enjoying our videos. See you next time.